let me welcome on to the Field of 68 After Dark, the one and only Ed Cooley, head coach of the Providence Friars, fresh off of a 3 overtime win over Xavier at home at the Dunk. Ed, what's going on, man? How you feeling? You're gonna be able to stay awake for us for the rest of this interview?
Yeah, I'm a little tired, but when it was Miller time, I didn't know it was Miller time. On the Zoom, so I got my guys, and I appreciate you having me on. I just thought it was a great college basketball game. The environment, both teams were playing really hard. There were a lot of mistakes made. There were a lot of great plays made. I thought attrition and conditioning came into play on both sides. So just a really good college basketball game.
Ed, you look fresh. It's like your season's been going as smooth as any guy out there right now.
Smooth.
I mean, when you win with ease. It's so easy out there. You guys make it look simple. But in all seriousness, your team has a resiliency. And to me, in knowing your team, it always starts and stops with your guards. It seems like Jared Bynum and Al have done an amazing job for you in terms of their leadership, but more importantly, they have a will about them in games. And those two guys as a 1-2 punch, it's a great combo for you and what they're doing. How proud of you are those two? And the second thing is just Al, I know he's dealing with a little bit of an abdominal issue. Hopefully that's not going to be too much that he can't handle.
Yeah, so I think it acted up again during the game today. We definitely couldn't have played him last week, so he's rested well, but I think he re-aggravated it again. Jared's got some issues right now, just dealing with some soreness. But those two guys, they come in and prepare every day, coach. They prepare. That they're always in the gym. They're always getting extra shots up. I think it's a credit to the staff getting them in there with our staffs work with those guys, and they're doing a great job. So I appreciate you recognizing that.
Hey, Ed, I want to know who was in charge of getting the water off the roof.
I'm going to say Noah's Ark. So I would say Noah.
I was getting ready to say that game was in the balance. It looked like you needed an extra timeout. Who turned the faucet on?
Absolutely. So, I want to credit the people in the building because it didn't faze us. If anything, and the official was like, well, what do we do? I'm like, I'm not an HVAC guy. Don't ask me that. So it was,
hey, on TV, Ed, they were talking about that you guys may bus to your other gym on campus and finish the game there. And then the next thing you know, like the water disappeared and the Friars came out on top. So, man, that was. Hey, listen, I have one question though. I'm going to say that you instructed your player to foul up 3 the second time, and he tried to do it, missed them, and then gave up the 3 in the second overtime. Is that how it happened?
100%. Now he was cramping up. And he said, Coach, once he got head and shoulders by me, I was afraid because I didn't want to give up a 4-point play. And credit Scruggs, credit him. So we, anytime under, I'm fouling.
Right.
I'm not the brightest guy, but I'm fouling. Everything got to go so well for you to lose the game and for them to win the game. He just said, I couldn't catch him. So at least he was honest.
Yeah.
At least he was honest.
No, for sure. But hey, man, what a great win. I told you this earlier when you and I spoke, but just watching what basketball is like in New England, the Dunk has become one of the most exciting home courts in all of college basketball, Ed. You deserve a lot of credit. And, this season's not only helping this team, but you're helping next year and the year after right now because the brand of Providence is just expanding throughout the country. Like you watch a Providence game on TV and it basically makes you feel like this is what college basketball should be about. Your fans deserve a lot of credit.
And I'm glad you recognize that. I've been in a lot of buildings, Coach. We've coached a lot of games. We've been in a lot of hospitals. This year's Friar fans, and again, we have 4,200 students. I think we're getting like 3,700 students to come to the game, which is It's unheard of. And the environment that, Coach, you can't get a ticket into the building, which is awesome as the coach. But at the same time, our players talk about the energy and the enthusiasm from the city, from the state, and then in this building, it's actually hard to give commands in it. My voice is really, really sore because you can't talk.
Yeah. No, I think part of your team's will, it's like you're all in it together. You got the city, you got your students, you got your staff, you got your team. like it's that will. You have to beat everybody when you play you right now. And I think that's why you're going to win your first ever Big East championship, which is going to be a great moment.
I hope so. I mean, we got a tough Creighton team coming in here. I hope people are hanging from the ceilings again. Yes, I may, you know what? I'll even say it on here. I'm going to find 2 tickets for 2 fans that will have a trivia question out there that Arthur Parks will put out there. Good luck, Arthur. Good luck. But I just want to thank and appreciate them because they've been great. They've been great the whole year. They've been great the whole year.
Yeah. And I want to ask you this: if you win on Saturday, you lock up your first Providence's first Big East regular season title. Like what would that mean to the city to get that done?
Well, obviously, you all know. I mean, I was born and raised in this area, and obviously in the city. I think it's a credit to administration. I think it's a credit to Bob Driscoll and Father Sicard and our administration for putting the infrastructure into place to build a championship level program. Bob Driscoll talks about 100% graduation rate, most respected, and compete for championships. And that's something that we talk to our players about a lot. But what would it mean to me as a person from here? Come on, man. I don't know if there's a word that can talk about it. Being born and raised here and always wanting to play here, and I wasn't good enough. I was terrible. But to be a coach in the city that you grew up with is really, really special. That's more special than you realize.
Yeah. Well, don't let us jinx you, man. I know you got to get that last one, but if I'm predicting, I'm going to say that you're going to cut down the nets and you're going to win your first ever Big East regular season championship, which is, that is one heck of a thing considering how long Providence has been in the Big East Conference. It really, it's incredible the way you guys have done it, Ed. So continued success, man. Get some rest.
We're going to try. And I know Creighton's going to have a lot to say about that. And Coach McDermott may be swinging at you when he sees you, but it's a 40-minute opportunity. We talk to our guys about it all the time. Live in the moment, go 1-0 today. We went 1-0 today. Hopefully go 1-0 on Saturday and try to compete for a championship.
Ed, I got one last question for you before we let you go.
No
Do
problem.
you know the words to the Taylor Swift song? Can you sing it for us?
Who?
Taylor Swift.
Nah, I don't know that. Nah. Taylor Swift. I know Barry White. I know Lou Rawls. I know Luther Vandross. And again, I know the singer, but come on, man, I'm 52 years old, bro. I'll try to learn it for the next time. But if you put on some Barry, I got you.
Hey, Ed, there's a, you'll watch the TV game or ask your SID, but there's a student in your student section that was 88 years old or something. He looked like the Friar mascot. I thought you had Lee Corso at the game in the student section. Who is that guy and where did he come from?
I don't know. Maybe he's Lee's neighbor. I don't know.
You got to see it though. You got to really, like you talk about, give a guy a ticket. I tell you, have someone dig that footage up. You'll understand.
Yeah, it was actually Jeff Goodman.
I'm pretty sure to go viral on those 2 tickets. So Arthur Parks got his hands full, fellas.
Yeah. Ed, it was actually Jeff Goodman. Just so that's who it was. Wasn't Lee Corso. It was Jeff Goodman. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks a lot.
Good luck Saturday, man.
Miller time. I love you guys.
Good luck, Ed.
Yep. I got you, baby.